Good afternoon. I'm honored to welcome you all to the White House today for this special event honoring Americans in recovery and the incredible organizations that support them. Today, we are here to highlight two important themes in recovery: the power of recovery tools and resources in the workplace, and the role personal connection to others plays in achieving sobriety. The guests we have with us today are shining examples of how we can uplift our communities. These are the facts of recovery at work, and I'm inspired by each of your stories. You are not just job creators, you empower the human spirit.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Corson. I'm the founder and executive director of MVP Recovery. So we're the largest and most comprehensive recovery program in the region. We're about 15 minutes from Philadelphia. And I come here to you today as a father of 3 young children, as a member of the community, and specifically as a person in long-term recovery myself. I'd be remiss then not to say that a little over 16 years ago, I wasn't invited to just about anybody's house. So for you to have me at the White House today, I want to thank you very much. And for anybody that's watching this or listening to this, if that doesn't show that recovery is not just possible, but recovery is amazing if you really stick and stay and utilize what is available. And when we talk about recovery at MVP Recovery, we talk about what SAMHSA identifies as the 4 components of recovery, and that's health, home, purpose, and community. Those are the things that an individual needs to be in a program of recovery, and that's what we focus on. As we've identified treatment and different things like that that help people get to that point, here at MVP we identified that there was more to obtain and maintain long-term recovery. And when we talk about purpose, employment comes so hand in hand when we talk about having a purpose. And what we were seeing is individuals in the midst of this epidemic coming into us, and they're 19 years old, and they have a criminal charge behind their substance use, and that felony is following them for the rest of their life. And we're telling them that anything is possible in recovery except for these certain jobs over here. And that's something that we're looking to, with the assistance of individuals like you here today to work on that, because as everyone's talking about, when someone gets sober and someone gets in recovery, sky's the limit, and we see that every day. And when we see barriers that are put in place that is not the individual's full-on responsibility, but is a consequence of this disease of addiction, we want to help support them and move them forward with that. Like most things, as we identified these issues, I'm sure it's the same thing here at the White House, is we identified these issues, and my wife came up with the best ideas for it. So I'm going to have her share what programs that we established here at MVP, but I want to thank you for having us here today, and thank you for your commitment to this.
Thank you for having us. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Adams, Dr. Adams, Mr. Carroll, First Lady Trump, and Mr. Kudlow. As you did share, I am a person in long-term recovery, and as it says in the big book, you will be rocketed to the 4th dimension, but boy, this is a trip. To be here today, I'm very grateful. As my husband said, we operate MVP Recovery in Philadelphia, right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And about 4 years ago, we started our female program. What I noticed was that most oftentimes in our male program, men would come in and they would have the construction job to fall back on, or they would have some type of trade. When the female program opened, that was not the case. And I would see women, moms, that were trying their hardest to get back their kids, that were trying their hardest to pay their rent, that were trying their hardest to walk away from their past and to walk away and to really try to attack their trauma, being told no, you can't be hired here, or yes, you're hired, pending a background check. And every time they were told no, they were re-traumatized. And I came up with the thought of second chance employment. And that is essentially to give these people, and not just the women, it is now a full-on county-wide initiative, to give these people that are in recovery the chance to get a job. And once people give their hope to them and give them a job, they're the best employees. From that has stemmed second chance parenting. I have another initiative, Hope for the Holidays. We have so many initiatives at MVP Recovery because what we have realized through working hand in hand with individuals and being in recovery ourselves is that recovery and maintaining and obtaining long-term sobriety is a puzzle, and it requires attention at every piece of that puzzle. And part of that, again, is employment and purpose. So thank you for having us here.
Thank you so much for sharing your stories, and congratulations to all of you. Please work hard and get rid of stigma. That's what we need. We need to talk more and more people need to hear it. And I just want to thank you again for joining us here at the White House today for this important conversation. Our nation's drug problem will not be solved by one person. It will take champions and care families, communities, places of worship, and people like you coming together to give our children the very best future. I appreciate your time and dedication on this important issue. Be safe, and God bless you, God bless your families, and God bless our great nation. Thank you.